Yo,
What up, bro?
what's good? What's good, my boy?
How was your trip?
Man, what trip?
New York. Trip. Yeah, my bad.
What trip?
Crazy, bro.
I don't know what you talk about, fam. I've been in Houston the whole time.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Been in Houston the whole time. Nah, bro, it was good. It was good, man. Easy,
Nigga, is that gray?
easy, bro. I'm a silver fox out here, man. You ain't know it. Hey, the 10 years in education did it to me, bro. Look. Did
Bro,
it to
what
me.
the
Yeah.
hell? Y'all here looking timeless.
Boy, out here, a whole Rolex in the face.
Oh, that's the new one right there. Hey, you know, stupid up, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no cap, bro. I really feel like your dad made it a little more acceptable to where, like, you know what? Gray hair ain't that bad.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I've always had something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember being in high school, my girlfriend at the time, she was like, yeah, you fine, but your daddy, I'm like, bro, I'm like right here, like I'm right here. And then working at the schoolhouse when they had what they call it, career day. Oh man, came up there for career day. Boy, them teachers was going crazy.
Going loco?
Oh man, by my pops, it was like, man, yeah, I mean, Coach Watkins, he's nice, but have you seen his dad? That's always the conversation. So like I said, I always have something to look forward to, you know.
Yeah. Robert's grace and love. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So yeah, does confidence help you make money?
Man, this bro, confidence has exponentially changed the way I even look at money. You know what I'm saying? Money is a tool. Money is energy. Money is an idea, you know. And the more we use our own genius, you know, the money will come. You know, that's how I feel about it. So
Yeah.
confidence is uh is a linchpin to all of that. You know, if you don't believe, like how you gonna step and say faith without works is dead. So first you gotta have that belief, then you gotta move on it.
Bar. I gotta implement that, man. You forgot all about that verse. It's so crazy too, because I said, man, you know what? I got a beautiful selection at work. I call it, you know what I'm saying? I call it colorful. My job is very colorful. You feel me?
Yeah.
And one of my coworkers, beautiful chick, and I always have these heart-to-heart moments. I'm like, nigga, you make more money than everybody in here. Say something, right? And then, as luck would have it, she asked me to borrow something. I just like, man, Evan, bro, beautiful, bro. Like, I'm about to sit there and just act all nice and shy. And what's trippy is, he would say, you know, be nice. Nice is somewhat of an insult based on the definition. So I really feel like in terms of making money, you know, being nice
Nice is
man.
like assuming someone's naive. Is that yeah.
Well,
Like
so
what's the definition?
I'm about to look it up.
Because I was about to say, because I don't have my own personal websites up here. Like I kind of go off context clues. What you mean?
Right.
Yeah. What you mean?
So here we go. Nice is pleasant, agreeable, satisfactory, fine, or subtle. Let's see what else we got.
You don't want to be nice, because
Right.
that keyword is agreeable,
Now
and
see,
that's a yes man.
now
You
see,
know what I'm saying? That's a yes
nice in
man.
Latin is nesir, which is not know, or necius, which is ignorant. Old French,
There you go.
nice means stupid.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought when you said as far as it being an insult. It's like assuming they don't know something. Like I didn't want to say stupid, but yeah, that.
Yeah, man. So what's trippy is this.
What's
So
up?
the latest piece of information that I've been chewing on, bro, has just been heavy on my heart, which is helping me kind of be more intentional about who I choose to have kids with is this notion of people being your first choice or your second choice.
Okay.
And I think to myself, my first choice is always what I wanted, and my second choice is always what wants me. And I'm like, wow,
Okay.
bro, I would have saved myself a lot of unfortunate trauma if I would have just chose what chose me. Which is interesting because I think about how much of my decisions have been made on looks, based on looks, when in reality, from a functional standpoint, you know, I should have been more about, I guess, personality and function, if you will. So it's tricky because even like today, I don't know how Charlotte took that. I hope she took it a positive way, but it's like, based on how I felt when I said it, I recognize that women can't tell me they don't want a man that's confident, because I know how it makes me feel being confident towards a woman. I can only imagine how she feels on the receiving end. And so it's tricky because it's like, if she can love a man, but does she love him enough to say, hey, babe, I would love you to be more confident, right? And then there's this reality of, if I got to tell you, it takes away from it.
So, like, when you talk about a woman saying, like, a man to be more confident, like, what does that look like? What does, from a woman's perspective, what does confidence look like? Because I feel that some people, in their insecurity, put on this facade of confidence, with the clothes, the outfit, the swag, but really that's all a costume to hide, who they really are.
Yeah.
And they don't want people to see who they really are because they're not confident in who they are.
Now, see, and I guess this is kind of where I kind of separate myself from the average person, because me, I'll look the part and win on perception, and then I'll be verbal saying, hey, man, look, I'm confident, but I was a little nervous. And then she could say, I couldn't tell, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like it is a difference, but if you're asking me, what would a chick prefer or say, my honest thoughts would be based on what she's looking for. You know what I'm saying? Because to some women, me and my aura and my vibe, to them is arrogant, you know what I'm saying, or being self-centered or stuck on myself. So I think it's relative. You know what I'm saying? Because if a chick version of confidence for herself is being well kept and being polite, if you will, aka nice, and being cordial, that's every nigga. So I guess my swag really is the women that offer me, right, would prefer me be confident. Because I feel people's liking this, or what they choose in terms of confidence, is really their own definition.
Yes.
I can say really.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly why I asked, because I feel like everybody else is going to make that assumption based on where they come from, because that's actually something that I dealt with my wife for many years, like from dating to marriage. I always felt that she wasn't confident in a lot of areas, and I'm like, I would say that she was insecure or she didn't have confidence, and she was like, "No, actually I do. Like, actually, I'm very, very confident in myself, and actually, like, I'm like, even you saying that doesn't bother me, So the way I viewed it was just like, she has so much humility, and how she carries herself and how she interacts with the world, that it just seems like, you don't even act like you are who you are. Like, you have power. You know what I'm saying? You are a powerful woman, but then she's also tapped into that divine femininity and is using that power in the way that it's supposed to be used. So, I respect it. I love it, but it just, that confidence may look different based on where you coming from. Because me, like, confidence is like, like, I walk in the room, I own it. Like, that's how I feel. And people pick up on that. Like, they're like, who is this dude?
Yeah.
Like, you even said, like, first time you met me, or you didn't even meet me, you like saw me, like, who is that dude? Like, going up talking to everybody. Like,
right. And then we end up being roommates out the blue.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I meant to tell you the last time. So when my when my pops met your moms and you know, he was like, he told me a little later, he was like, yeah, you know, Matthias, he a good dude. He was like, I could tell by his mom raised him right. He gonna be all right, this and that, whoop whoop. And for the most part, like my dad hadn't been wrong about a lot of people. You know, it was a couple people I was like, he kind of missed the mark. But Matthias, yeah, man, he been said, yeah, that boy, his mama raised him right. And then we talked about the last time with, you know, your relationship with your mom, her being an educator, how she instilled in you. It just like brought it home for me. I was like, dang, Pops was right.
Yeah,
I meant to
bro.
bring that up.
It's crazy too because I remember I never forget, man. This is so trippy. A rare occasion, all my homeboys came to my dad's house, and we was partying, man. We turned up, and it was so funny because might have been two occasions. The first occasion, he was the second time, nah, that was the same day actually. He was like, yeah, so and so, cool. He a liar, but yeah, the second one, and he ended up, my dad told, man, he ended up putting somebody out of his house same day. We partied, then they kicked him out, and he rode with me. So it was just weird. It was just weird, but I respect it because he ain't lying, man. And it's funny because for me, in my ignorance or my naivety, if you will, it was because he had been around people like that. And I think with me, my sting from good parenting was I had to understand that they were around people like that so they can call it.
Yeah.
And what's even more crazier is I still was cool with the person, and then I had to see for myself and be somewhat hurt and let down. It's like, yeah, man. And even my cousin was telling me certain things about said person. But for me, I would just add it on face value, man. And I mean, it's like that with I'm like that. Well, that's happened to me, you know, on more than one occasion. But that was me seeing myself in others. And so now that I'm making more money and I'm kind of more around different people, I kind of want to be a little more not like I normally was. Because then for me, you know, I cheated on, should I help this person or should I not help this person, right? And now I'm like, okay, I had this phrase was like, some people, everybody needs it, but not everybody deserves it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that is an eye-opener for me because another one of my not downfalls, but life lessons is the strongest couple or relationship that I know to date is my grandparents. And my grandpa took care of everything, even though my grandmama has her own money, right? And so with me, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take care of my chicks. She do her own thing. I'm gonna build her up with the whoop. And so here I go building all these chicks that don't deserve it, but they need it, right? And so now my latest challenge is, even if a chick is making a bunch of money, 6 figures plus, million, what have you, does that qualify her as someone that deserves me, or should I refine my filter, regardless of how much they make, to determine who deserves me or not? So, you know, I think in terms of confidence and social life, it actually it actually gives me better results because I can afford to be like, nah, because I feel like to me, bro, I fare better if a chick love me more than I love her, man. Not that I don't love someone, you know what I'm saying, with all my heart, but
I understand that. You feel like
it
you
feels
feel,
different.
yeah, you feel secure. You feel secure in that. Like, you know, she ain't going nowhere. Like, or you know, gonna do what's in her best interest.
Then too, bro, it was like 2 jobs. I throw that on the weekend, and I got multiple businesses, right? It's like I don't need my time wasted, man. I wasted a lot. I wasted my own time. I wasted other people's time, and my time has been wasted. So it's 3 times as bad.
Yeah.
So,
And I say the biggest thing, as you said, when you know, finding somebody to have kids with is, you know, you mentioned a lot of things like as far as like how they how they treat you, the love within a relationship and the interaction, and uh, finances. But the one thing that I think is key is like a woman has to be able to nurture, and like us as men, I feel we're to lead, to have vision, to provide, protect. But when it comes to the woman, she has to be like our peace, like our like home. Like I feel like my wife is home. Like it don't matter, like we got a house, all that, whatever, but we don't have to be in that house. Like it's like wherever she at, we at, that's home. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she's provided through like her spirit. You know what I'm saying? So like you got to
Yeah.
see past that shell, this flesh that we in, and see their spirit. Like honestly, like when it came to my wife, uh, because I had a list of physical attributes of all the things that I need in a woman, and it came from different experiences, like a smorgasbord. Like I like that, I like that, I like that. And we put all that in one, and I ended up getting my order off the menu. It was exactly what I thought I wanted, but something was still missing. Something very key was still missing. And I remember my cousin, I was out, I was proud because like, I accomplished my goal. I got, what I'm saying, the trophy.
Yeah.
And my cousin was like, why you with her? I'm like, what you mean? Like, do you see her, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Is this a serious question?
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, man, just like, I know you. Like, wow. And like he knew that wasn't gonna, like, at the end of the day, that wasn't gonna be enough for me, because like I'm about real human interaction. Like I'm not really with the fake. Like like I model. I'm a face and a body and all that, but I'm a lot more than that. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot more than that to satisfy me and get me off, really. So with Viv, it was like her spirit. So when it comes down uh, to that, I feel like in choosing a partner, like beauty is fleeting, is fading. You know what I'm saying? As far as like in the flesh, but when somebody has a beautiful soul, like they're just gonna grow and like in age, like wine. You know what I'm saying? It just becomes like better over time. So I would say like keep that eye out for the diamond in the rough, not necessarily the thing that's sparkling and shining, but the thing that um, like you said, they deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like they deserve it, and you see like, okay, you the one.
Would
That's
you
my little 2 cents.
would you say that you attracted Viv, or it was timing?
I would say it was timing, because um, to be honest, like I'm attractive. I attract people. Period. And like attracting and being able to notice is about timing, because
That's sauce right there.
um, like when she came, or when she was presented to me, I was in a time where like I chose to be abstinent. Like I was like one semester I was my first semester at SFA, I was partying. I went out there, was throwing parties at my apartment, like wilding. And then the grades came back in, and I was on academic probation. I was like, what? What you talking about? Like I had like a three something. I could afford this. Like I talked to the counselor. They're like, oh yeah, your GPA starts over when you transfer. I was like, what? Oh heck no! I'm about to flunk out this mug. So the next semester, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna get on my shit. Like I ain't going outside. I'm studying. Like, and after that, like dean's list, dean's list, dean's list. My goal was to make the president's list. I obsessed over it and didn't get it. I missed it. But the fact that I was striving towards that, I was making the dean's list every semester, and I ended up graduating with like a 3 something. But I was like at a 1.5 something, like my first semester. Like it was bad. It was
That's
bad.
crazy.
And so like we met that second semester, and like in that time, I remember my roommates at the time, they thought I was like going through some stuff, like some mental health stuff, because I'm like, look, I ain't having sex no more. Look, here are all my condoms, threw them on the table. Look, I ain't telling y'all what to do, but y'all need these. Y'all could use them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm done. Like I ain't in them streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm abstinent, all that. And in that time, you know, I'm hanging out with. I love women. You know what I'm saying? I love women. I love the presence of women. And so at the time, I'm still hanging out with a bunch of girls and you know, all that. But nothing is, you know, romantic. Nothing is like, it's all platonic. And for some type of way, she she figured out like it was my birthday, and she like asked me if I wanted some. She was like, she asked me if I had any plans. I was like, no, I don't have any plans. She was like, well, I'll cook for you. And I was like, what? All right. So I came through on my birthday. She cooked. She cooked, made a cake, and I was like, this is our first day. This off top.
Yeah.
Off top first day. And I was like, and just the conversation was there. You know what I'm saying? We stayed up all night talking. Then went to class the next day. You know, walked to back on campus. Went to class. Next day, you know, I got a crash because I've been up all night. Then once I get to my sense, I'm like, yo, you know, what you doing today? And it just turned into like an everyday thing. You know what I'm saying? Just her being my friend. And like I said, I had lots of friends, but what turned that into like a romantic relationship was just like the vulnerability. Like I shared things with her that I never shared with anybody, vice versa. You know, some people call it trauma bonding, you know, but whatever it was, you know, and we connected. And after about a year, we decided we wanted to stay connected. And it's been, what, 11, 12 years now. So
Yeah. Yeah, man. I feel honored that I came to y'all wedding, man. It was lit, man.
yeah, the open bar.
Yeah, man. It was fun, man. It was cool, man. And so it's interesting you said trauma bonding, because one of the things that I've turned into a game of mine is by, you know, being the first to sound. This is so bad to say, but being the first to sound the most traumatic, just to kind of get the shock value out the chick to kind of get over herself, which sounds kind of bad, but hell, that's what I do. I try not to do, at least. And what's interesting is, like, as much as I want to be reserved and not tell women how, you know, sour my love life was at one point for a period of time, right? I try to just let them talk, and it's always funny because with me, everything is abundant, sure. Every the way I respond to things is a cumulative expression of all the issues that I've been through, right? And so
Yes.
now I'm trying
it's
to
a
more
trauma response.
Yeah, now I'm trying to be a little more. I'm trying to
Like
purposely
conscious.
be more reserved
Yeah, the
because
conscious response.
yeah, bro. I mean, it's like, dog, like, bro, like everything bad that could happen to me. Minus a couple things. You know what I'm saying? 10 worst thing that could happen. Minus 3 it's I don't went through it, right? And so it's like, ask myself, what kind of purpose does this serve? And to a point now, it's like there's such a gap between where I am and where I said women are. It's funny because I don't even have the capacity to explain it. I'm so caught up in the more positive things, and so I'm learning that maybe that was just me not healing. And yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm always attracting what I want, but if you say timing is the key, I think timing is the key because, like, my claim to fame now, bro, is let you rap for a minute, and then I'm gonna get off. I said I'm not mad I'd be late. I'm mad I gotta go in early, be on time. But here's what's funny. So, I quit liquor, and then the next year, double my income. You know what I'm saying? I stayed from 6 for 11 months and about 22 days. And I hit 6 figures. And then now, I ain't doing it on purpose, but what I'm finding is, since I've adopted a polygamous lifestyle, I'm more specific and intentional about who I choose to be with, which is crazy. So as long as I'm monogamous, man, anybody, pull up. It's lit. Right? And
but now you're choosing levels.
And then the minute I'm intentional to be polygamous, right? You know, based on what I plan to do with my life, I'm more specific. I'm more intentional. I have a criteria, right? I'm demanding of more of myself. I'm not quick to tell the chick what went wrong. I'm quick to tell the chick, man, look, you making some money? Can we make money together? What are your spending habits? What are your dreams? If you could do something right now and do it forever, and make all the money you're gonna make in the world, what would it be? Right? If you had $2 million, would you still come to work? You feel me? What country do you want to visit? Like, I was never asking that ish when I was just, you know what I'm saying, thought bobbing.
Yeah, you just want some love. Yeah, you want some love. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's dope, bro, because like, your heart was in the right place and timing just glossed over a lot of the things that most of us fall victim to. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is, through that, through your dialogue, I'm saying why ish for me went left, because I wasn't healed. And then I knew I had an idea what I wanted, but it wasn't really what I wanted. You know, what's that about?
What you thought you wanted?
Well, no, when I was serious, and when I was monogamous, it did work. But when I was being single, thought bobbing, trying to just, you know, fill the void, my biggest problem was convenient pussy, bro. Nothing keeps a man comfortable and stagnant than convenient pussy. Convenient pussy was it for me, man. I was falling in love with it, bro. I couldn't get enough of it, and that's why it's not working for me, man. So
gotcha.
The only way to kick convenient pussy for me was to quit liquor.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense,
bro. Pandemic hit, bro. I flew a chick out here, man. I thought the war was gonna be over. I said, I'm not dying alone, man. Hey, let me fly you out here. And then I said, I don't eat meat, so you can't eat meat. She was like, cool. She was like, I want to have 10 kilos. I said, cool. Right? Boom. Man, I'm going to work. She eating chicken behind my back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, why did you do this? And I'm like, I thought the world was going to end. I'm like, nigga, that's the reason? Right? And so what was messed up, bro, was because I was drinking and I was already an alcoholic. I'm drinking, I had kind of slowed down. I wasn't a heavy drinker with liquor, but I was back on wine. I'm drinking wine by the handle.
Yeah.
So a Carlos Rossi bottle, the whole thing in a day, like, in 2 days. Shouted say, okay, I'm gonna give you the world, babe. Cook you food, feed you wine, and before you know it, I am in control by my own vices.
Man.
And I end up flying back to the A. You know what I'm saying? She got some money out of me. It's cool. I ain't tripping. Got to pay the play sometimes.
But you got a lesson out the situation.
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes when relationships burn you figuratively, or figuratively, you learn your lesson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when that happens, yeah, man. But again, convenient pussy. I lowered my standards. You know what I'm saying? And I had vices that clouded my judgment. You know what I mean? So now, right? It's like, man, I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? I smoke, but it's like every chick ain't a smoker. You know what I mean? And then I make so much more money than the average chick. Was like I'm more aggressive with my time because it feels different now. Like now I want rich sex, which is crazy because if I meet convenient pussy and she got money, I'll be at a whole new dilemma. But you know, until that happens,
I'm back at square one. I'm back where I started.
You feel me?
Oh shit.
which won't happen because I've come to find out they want the next level up, which I respect. So for me, it's more about attracting what I am. So, yeah, man, I'll probably continue this conversation with you tomorrow, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
I got a whole new way. I'm just be vocal. Went to my job on time for the first time, I guess, since I've been working there. And which is probably about maybe a month in. I hated it, bro. I don't like being here, man. So now it's like, you know what? Until you make enough money so you ain't got to be here, you go on to work. You know what I'm saying? So 125, bro. I made 6 figures, but the second job was 125, man. So I came up with a plan: 125 an hour, for confidence coaching call. I looked up on Google, $500 a month for personal coaching, $1,500 a month for executive coaching. But I'm about to hire me another assistant because I need at least one person to pay me $125 a day, bruh. While I'm booked, and I can talk to my dog Sam, man, without interruptions. So,
Yeah, man.
We manifested that, man, and 2 weeks into this, it took confidence to go live, and now I can't get enough of it, bro. So I'm about to tap in with you tomorrow, dog. Be blessed. Have a great day, bro.
All right, fam. You too. Peace.
Surely.